Shema everyone, and welcome to our Doctor Who Day live stream. Look at this, we're live. How are you? I'm joined by my friend Daniel. How are you, Dan?
I'm good, thank you. How are you, John?
I'm doing excellent. Now, I'm really happy to have you on this live stream because literally you're my go-to person for Doctor Who information, Doctor Who discussion. So it's a privilege to have you to celebrate Doctor Who's 58th anniversary live on YouTube. We can see your comments, so if you're watching this, feel free to send comments. We'll be reacting to this as we go along and interact with us. We've got some activities planned as well, so feel free to join in as much as you like. I like your t-shirt, Dan.
Thank you. It's Gallifrey University.
Gallifrey University. I've got Doctors 1 to 11 on a t-shirt, but literally, ironically, as you know, my birthday was like last weekend.
Yes, happy birthday again.
Thanks. And Shaq, who also makes videos on this channel, he sent me a birthday gift that only arrived today, and he's got me some really cool things that I'm going to show you. One of which is Gallifrey University. So we're both students. We're from the Pridonian chapter, apparently. So we are matching. So next time we're in public, we should synchronize t-shirts.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Both graduates of Gallifrey University.
I hear they got burned down. Also, he got me the official Doctor Who cookbook.
Nice.
So I have to give some of these recipes a go. There's some good looking, like this TARDIS looks like a gingerbread house, which would be really good for Christmas.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, so maybe I'll have to make some videos or maybe do that for either as its own video or for Who News. So stay tuned for those. Check out my monthly series Who News for lots more Doctor Who content. Let me find something.
Yeah, you could vlog, like you could make something, vlog it, and yeah, check that on the channel. That'd be good to watch.
Shaq did a similar thing with some Fallout recipes on this channel. Like he made like the Nuka-Cola and stuff, all from the game. Let me see if I can find a good one here.
I remember when Shaq was doing Star Wars Day as well, and he was showing all the foods he ate and
that was
on
really
social
good.
media. That was good.
I should definitely do it again, but eat this Slovene cuisine. Look at this.
Generally, what is that?
Oh gosh. But anyway, thank you, Shaq, for the lovely Doctor Who themed presents, and happy Doctor Who Day to you, the viewers. So yeah, we've got a lot to talk about. Now, this is the thing. Me and Daniel, we always send each other messages to talk about Doctor Who. Isn't that right, Dan? Like,
Yes, it is.
Immediately after an episode finishes, it goes, I go to my phone and there's a message from Daniel saying, did you see Doctor Who? Or vice versa. I send it to him as well, immediately when the episode ends. But it was actually Daniel's idea to not do that in anticipation of this live stream. Isn't that right?
Yes, we're gonna find out what we think right now.
Yeah, like, so the entirety of the new series, like, so far, and it's mostly, like, over, it's like 4 episodes.
Yeah.
We have no idea what the other person thinks about it, where usually we would be, like, discussing it all the time. So this is going to be really, really interesting. Yeah, and even yesterday, after the episode aired on Sunday, Village of the Angels, we were doing a test stream to do like test the sound and stuff for this live stream, and it was after the episode, and we went on Skype, and we were like, don't react, don't say anything, otherwise I'll know what you think about it.
Yeah.
So where should we start, Dan? Should we start like Flux in its entirety so far, like it's like
Yeah, so Shall I start with what I think? Because obviously you've been doing your reactions on the channel.
Yeah, that's true. And if you haven't been watching those, go check those out, because I do a reaction video like after every episode. We have discussion in the comments. It's great fun. So immediately after the episode, you can come back to Skybot Film and see my reaction and talk to me about it in the comments. So yeah, go on. What do you think, Dan? Like, I want to know.
So far, I think it's probably Chibnall's best season so far.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously there's 2 episodes left, so could get worse. Like series 12 was better than series 11, and then he ended it with the timeless child stuff. So
yeah,
it went a bit downhill then. But first episode, I thought it was decent. You know, good setup, good questions asked. It was very fast. It was really fast paced. But there's also no answers to anything, and a setup is only as good as its conclusion. It's just difficult to judge the first episode when you haven't seen the others. The Sontaran one, it just didn't do it for me. It was just an hour of me being bored, really. Like, I don't know, he somehow managed to make a Sontaran invasion on Earth in a Crimean War and in the present boring. And fair play, that's some pretty good skill to do that. But
because there was a lot going on in that episode, not just for the Sontarans, but like for like the other characters, the sort of the storylines that were still being set up. There was a lot going on there.
Yeah, and I just feel like things were explained very flimsily. Like the whole, so you ended with episode 1 with the Flux sort of just destroying the universe. And then all of a sudden they weren't anymore, and then the Doctor and the rest of them somehow appeared in the Crimean War, and I don't think that was really explained, or if it did, I wasn't listening properly. And then the friends disappear somehow. We still don't really know how that happened. Then she manages to find him at the end of the episode randomly, still don't really know how. The Sontarans disappeared when the spaceship in current Earth crashed, still don't really understand how that happened. Like, I don't. The sci-fi bit was really bad.
That's really interesting, because like, I think the Sontaran. The thing is, I think that the 3rd episode was more of the slow. I think the 3rd episode was definitely the weakest one so far. I wouldn't say it was like really, really bad, but it did sort of take the momentum out of it.
See, I feel differently. For me, 3 I really enjoyed. Like,
really?
The only bad thing about 3 was the how the time thing looked when they were in it, and it was really pink and purple. The CGI in that looked so bad.
I mean, CGI in Doctor Who doesn't have a very good reputation anyway. Like, need I remind you of like the Lazarus monster, the Ice Warrior face, all that sort of stuff. But I agree with you. I think definitely mostly because this season was filmed during COVID, I think it's more noticeable, some of the effects, because they're trying to tell this big story when they couldn't go anywhere to do it. It was probably all in a studio. So I agree with you there. There's some, it's just more noticeable because of like the circumstances from the past year and a bit or so. But
but I did enjoy the episodes. I like that we got some answers. I like that the fugitive Doctor's back. I think she's been really good since she's come into it. Back in season 12. You think 3 was the weakest?
I think it was the weakest, but like, it wasn't bad. Do you know? Like, I think it was a lot of backstory, right? But the backstory wasn't bad. Like, I liked Vinder's story a lot. Like, the way that Vinder's story was told right from the beginning, like he's budding like pilot, or something in this agency. He's asked to do something that he's morally not okay with. And all at the same time, you have that Bell story going on as well. And then it ties together in the end, like, and it's like a love story across space. Like, I think they got a really good story there. It just, for me, it just took the momentum out of it. Do you know?
Yeah, maybe the whole Bell Vinder thing isn't needed in this series.
Maybe it's again. The thing is, it totally depends on how they finish it. Do you know?
Because it's going to come back so that it is integral into the story somehow. Like obviously, there's the rumor online going around that Vinder and Bell are the Doctor's parents, because she said she was pregnant. So it'll be involved in Flux somehow, but. Again, it's like I was before the start of the series. I was thinking, how are the Angels gonna be important to the whole Flux story? But then you saw that, they said that the Angels were part of a division squad, and obviously that is part of the main arc of the series, so they're linked in somehow.
Yeah.
But I don't know about you, but I thought the Angels one was the strongest episode.
Oh yeah,
of the series.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I was very surprised at the cliffhanger though. It gave me chills, that cliffhanger. Like even me watching it, it was a good cliffhanger.
Yeah, because it was just, I don't know, like the universe ending at the end of series 1. There's been lots of episodes ending like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember how the Sontaran one ended, and then you had the Angel take over the TARDIS, which I still wasn't really. I don't know. Still rubs me up the wrong way. But her turn into an angel, and that's like whoa.
Funny enough, as well, that was actually one of the moments where I thought, wow, they actually did a really good job with the CG here. Like, funny enough, like I thought this was clearly where a lot of the money had went, because I genuinely thought it was a really good. Looked great. Like
Yeah, because if that looked dodgy like the Time Storm did in episode 3, it would have ruined it completely. But the fact it looked so smooth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Dan, we got a comment from Lucia, the Whovian animal lover, who apparently agrees with you. She says, "Sorry, I'm late. Just joining. Finished dinner. That's okay. We've not long had dinner as well." She said, "They say personally, my least favorite episode so far was War of the Sontarans. Personally, to me, it just seems too similar to Sontaran Stratagem and the Poison Sky." That's really interesting. And
I understand what they mean in terms of the invasion. Like obviously, when you had the Sontaran Stratagem and then Poison Sky, they have sort of taken over Earth with the whole gas thing, and everyone was in their houses. And obviously, when Dan was dropped into Liverpool, you had like everyone in their houses again. So it was very similar in that respect. I just didn't really like it because I thought it was a bit boring.
The way that for me, I think it's more similar to the Stolen Earth, where the Daleks are taking everyone, because like the way they have the Sontarans patrolling, and they had the Daleks patrolling, and you have the Daleks with getting taken out by Jackie and Mickey, and then you got the Sontarans taken out by by the walk of Dan's parents. That for me it was like that. But then again, they were all very similar if you think about that scenario, right?
That reminded me of another thing that I really disliked about the episode. There was some terrible dialogue. I wanted to ride a horse. I'm sorry, but come on. Like when it was said, it was so flat to ride a horse. It was just awful. It was awful. I was watching with 3 other people. We all just looked at each other like, was that actually just said?
I wondered though, because in the promotional images in the trailers, you saw a Sontaran on a horse, and like you wonder, like, what are they like? Do they really want to ride a horse? Like, and then yes, turns out they did.
We got a comment from Alfie saying, "What are you most excited for next episode?"
Oh, that's a good one. I gotta say, Kate, because I had absolutely no idea that she was going to come back.
I understand why they put her in the trailer to create hype so more people will watch.
But it would have been such a good reveal, right? Yeah. It would have been so good.
The first time you see her is in the episode. That would have been insane.
I know, right? It's like, the thing is, it's been so long since Chibnall actually just got rid of UNIT. Do you know? So like,
Yeah, I'm cute. How is he going to bring that back? Because it was at
exactly.
was the Spyfall Part 1 when he just like binned it off completely.
It was back in Resolution, because remember when
Resolution.
remember when the Dalek was that one Dalek, and Jodie's trying to phone Unit, and then she's answered by that woman who said they went or they went out of business because of lack of funding. Like,
Oh yeah.
so that whole moment, like it annoyed so many viewers. Like,
Yeah.
and it's been so long since that. That must have been what, 2018, January 2019. So it's been like 2 years of no Unit, and like it makes me wonder, like, did he have a plan to bring them back like this, or is he doing it because, like, I don't know, in preparation for, you know, Russell T Davies taking over? Like, should he put all the players back on the board? Do you know, like?
I feel like I was expecting Unit to come back at some point, because I remember seeing a picture, a leaked picture, and it was like of a floor where they were filming Doctor Who, and it had Unit on it.
Yeah.
But I thought that was around earlier in the year when they were filming for the specials. So I had no idea they were going to be in this series, and I didn't know Kate was going to come back either. But that has got me hyped. So yeah, that's probably what I'm looking most excited for next episode. But also to see what happens with this whole, because in the trailer, the what's his name, Swarm, he said something about the Time Lords, like.
I know what you mean. I think what he was saying was Time Force.
But
like, like it's very similar, like, and it's easy to miss. I think Time Lords, Time Force, I don't know, because it's like the Swarm, not the Swarm, the Flux is like a mix of like space, destruction, and time, whatever. It's all very, until we actually find out what it is, it's just that. So, yeah, I have no idea. Another comment from Alfie saying, have you seen the synopsis of the New Year's special? And if so, what did you think about it? Right, I'm glad you mentioned that, because you guys are now going to see a really fun transition that I made. Whoop! Yay! So yeah, this is the image they released today for the New Year's special with the synopsis. I haven't got the synopsis in front of me. It was very short, but to be honest, I thought today, as Doctor Who Day, it was expecting like a lot more announcements. Like if they like, maybe they will announce something like while we're live streaming or afterwards, who knows? But like this came like literally about an hour before we were about to start with this image. So like I was expecting a bit more, like, but presumably they're gonna save the title for the finale. They'll probably say Doctor Who will return in the title of the New Year's special. But yeah, what do you think of this image, Dan?
It's very interesting that they chose the image of the TARDIS. I feel like they because the series is still ongoing, they had to avoid any mention of the Doctor and the companions, because the synopsis basically doesn't mention them at all. It just says they'll be returning, and they don't show them in the picture either. So the fact they show the TARDIS sort of disintegrating or destructing, it's quite interesting. But it's weird because that was hinted at a lot in the first episode, and then a bit in the second, I think, as well.
Yeah.
But then in the third and the fourth, or maybe it was at the end of the third, but it wasn't mentioned at all in the fourth. I'm interested to see if that's going to conclude this series, or if that's going to lead into the special on New Year's Day. What do you think?
Well, we have a comment from Alfie again saying, "Oh my God, I didn't see that." So he didn't see the image. So surprise, there was an image as well. So I'm glad you've seen it here first. And we have also had another comment from Lucia, who said, "I want to think the lack of funding from Unit is because from the return of Dr. Mysterio, as the show took over as one of the Unit soldiers, and this was the last time we saw Unit in general." That's an interesting idea. Was Return of Doctor Mysterio, that was before Zygon invasion, wasn't it? I can't remember.
No, it was afterwards. Because Zygon is when Clara was in, and then Clara had left by this point.
Oh yes. And Bill didn't really see any of Unit.
I can't remember if, because I haven't really rewatched Series 10. I can't remember if Unit appeared in Series 10
think
or
so.
not.
I would have. I think I would have remembered.
Lucia's word for it.
Yeah, yeah. We'll take your word for it. But yeah, on the question you asked, Dan, is like, I agree with you. Like, clearly something is wrong with the TARDIS. There's doors everywhere. There's black goo like oozing from the side of the pillars. So it's interesting that they show the TARDIS looking so damaged like it is. Like, this makes me think that the TARDIS storyline will continue, because it wouldn't make sense to fix the TARDIS and then to have a TARDIS looking like that. Like, which makes me think like the storyline of Flux will end in sort of a cliffhanger, which will be continued over the next 3 episodes. I was going to ask you what you thought of that, because I was wondering like whether they're going to close the Flux story and have like a 3-parter, which is the 3 specials, or whether things will continue. What do you think?
I think they're going to finish the Flux story. The Doctor will probably kill him off, because Chibnall now writes the Doctor to not be the Doctor. I think that some of it will continue. What I'm most curious about is this whole division thing in the Doctor's past. Is that going to be fixed by the end of the series? Because if so, that's a hell of a lot to get through in 2 episodes. The whole Belvinder, Flux, TARDIS. You got Dan and Yaz's companions. The whole division thing. Weeping Angels. The Doctor's now a Weeping Angel. Yeah. Unit coming back. How are you going to do all that in 2 episodes? Some of it must continue. But will the division thing? Because I think it started in series 11. It needs to end soon. It's gone on too long, and it could. I feel like the fact it's been dragged out over 3 series has damaged it quite a bit.
Yeah, I definitely think the thing is, it's the division stuff. I think is the most like the biggest story, right? Because with the Timeless Child thing, like I thought like the Timeless Child reveal was like the big reveal, but the division is sort of saying that there's like a bigger story that needs to be told, and like on top of that, you know, the Timeless Child is just a way to tell more of a backstory of the Doctor, like that the Doctor never knew that she had. So it's like, to tell that story, like to get all of the answers that rogue Weeping Angel claimed to have of everything about the Doctor's past, that seems like a lot of story to tell in 2 episodes. So I definitely agree with you there. Like, will it be too much? Like,
it also feels like it's going to be quite exposition heavy if the Angel's just going to tell us everything that happened. Like when the Master was telling the Doctor about.
Yeah. Is it going to be like one of those ones again?
Timeless Child, like, that's storytell better.
Yeah.
Come on, Chibnall. You can do better.
That's the thing. Do you think Sacha Dhawan's Master is going to come back at any point?
Sorry, Skybot Film just commented in the chat. I have a question. Did the Doctor steal the flux capacitor from Martin McFly to stop him time traveling to the DeLorean?
I mean, I think so. Yeah. You can't just let anyone have access to time travel, can you? Like,
or the bigger question is Doc from Back to the Future secretly a Time Lord, and the DeLorean is his version of the TARDIS?
Or Doc, is a pre-Hartnell Doctor made canon by the Timeless Child.
As soon as you said "or," I thought exactly that as well.
Yeah, everything is. I'm a Timeless Child Doctor. You're a Timeless Child Doctor. Shaq, you're a Timeless Child Doctor.
He doesn't even care about Doctor Who yet. He was a Timeless Child Doctor.
Leo Burton says, it's been confirmed they're going to expand the Flux to the specials next year. That would be really interesting. Like, because the thing is, we see how devastating the Flux has been on the universe. Like, we see that in the episodes. That's one of the good things about it, is we see the wreckages of planets. We see, like, it's like Star Wars, right? You see everything that happens because of it. So it's really interesting to see how, like, if it does expand into the 3 specials, like, at least then that would give it more time to develop as a story. But then, like, will it continue any further than that? Will it all be fixed, and then Russell T Davies comes in and blank slates it all? I don't know.
Yeah, he'll definitely fix it before Russell T comes in. Russell T is going to want to do his own thing with his own stories. I just don't know how I feel about that. Like, it's gonna drag, and just put it as one series. If it's going to continue into the specials, just have it as one series.
Well, the interesting thing is that, like, initially series 13, right back when they confirmed it, they said it was going to be 8 episodes, and then later on when they said the trailer, they said it was 6 episodes, and then there would be 3 more specials. So it's easy to see how the 8 episodes became 6 and 2 specials, and then the extra regeneration special. So they definitely could continue Flux. And at least the good thing is that if it does end on a cliffhanger, New Year's Day is not long after the series finishes. So
that's true. Like, they can't, and that's the thing, they can't release a trailer for it until the series has ended, because otherwise it's going to spoil the series. So so we should get a trailer sometime in 2 or 3 weeks' time, which isn't that long at all, really. Although, if I remember rightly, when they released the trailer for was it Revolution of the Daleks, they left that till like 2 weeks before it aired, before showing the trailer, because they now decided to not promote Doctor Who anymore.
Yeah, it was so long to wait for the series 13 stuff. Like, honestly, it was such a long time. But, you know, I think the only good thing is that, like, once they do reveal it, like, it's not long to wait until you have it. Like, so that's what I prefer about it.
To answer your question, do I think Sacha Dhawan's Master will come back? I think so, yes, because I saw another leaked picture, and I mean, it doesn't mean anything, but a guy was on a Doctor Who set carrying a box of stuff, and written on it said Master. So
that seems lazy for Chibnall. Chibnall usually, like, was good at hiding these things. He was good at hiding the Master when he came back.
Well, we know Bradley Walsh is definitely coming back as well, because he was seen filming. They didn't even try to hide that. So we got another comment from Alfie saying they might put a trailer after the Vanquishers. Yeah, they could. That's a
good idea.
Because that would keep people watching. Then, you know, you just got the end of the series. Boom, this is what coming up in 3-4 weeks' time. So that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. Another comment saying that, but they said it's one story over 6 episodes. Yeah, that is true. The trailers do say that. It's hard to say, really. It's hard to say, like, because I think if it does, maybe it will, like, conclude nicely, say Doctor Who Flux, but then maybe the effect will carry on over into the specials. Do you know, like, maybe they won't go into the specials and everyone's pretending like the Flux never happened. Do you know, like, probably we'll see the effects, I think. But
one thing I want to know from you is, what do you think Russell T is going to do with Doctor Who?
Oh gosh, right, that's a whole other topic unto itself. I'm just going to read this comment. Lucia says, I also wonder if Carvanista got trapped in the past, the same area as Dan and Yaz, as he's in the next time trailer, or where has he been hiding all this time since the last main appearance, or how did he not die? Like, that's funny, because we left him in the present day, didn't we?
Yeah, so the Lupari's ships are still protecting Earth, and you see him in the next time trailer saying it's been breached. So yeah, Alfie, I agree with you. He's protecting Earth. So it'll be interesting to see how, because obviously you have the Doctor as Angel here. You have Yaz, Dan, and the Professor guy from Pirates of the Caribbean here in the past. And then here in the present day, you got the Lupari ships with Carvanista and Vinda somewhere over here. So there's lots of stuff going on. Units comes into it somehow as well. It's going to be very interesting. It's like, the one thing you could say about the series, apart from the War of the Sontarans episode, is that it's not been boring at all. Which was a massive complaint about Series 11 and some of Series 12 as well. Yeah,
definitely.
When nothing would happen over an entire season. But with this, maybe there's a bit too much happening, but again, I'd rather that than too little.
Are you a fan of Carvanista? Do you like Carvanista?
I like the character and I like his voice. I'm still not sure on how he looks. Like when he talks, it just looks a bit too kiddie for my liking. I don't know.
Yeah. No, honestly, I like the way he looks only because of the woman in Orphan 55. You know, the squirrel one. Do you remember? It's like she had a squirrel tail on. Like that for me was the worst that it could get.
The lowest of the low. Yeah. No, sorry. I've tried to blank that episode out of my memory, so I sort of forgot that happened. I won't be able to sleep now. I'll be angry thinking about that episode again.
Yeah. But I definitely think a lot of the characters, because they've got more time, a lot of the characters I think are better in this series, like Carvanista. And the thing is, I like the idea of the Lupari, like the idea that somewhere out in space there's a Lupari dog person who would come and save me if the universe was ending. You know, like that's such a cool idea. I like that.
The only thing I don't like about it, and it's very difficult because obviously when you take over later in Doctor Who as a new showrunner, you have to introduce your new things. But then when you're someone who's watched, all of New Who, and you love the continuity of it, you're thinking, well, why have they never appeared before? I don't know, like
it's an infinite universe, Dan. Like, and well, I mean,
no, I need answers, John. I need answers.
I mean, for the Lupari, like, the universe was almost when the Daleks stole Earth. Were the Lupari like flying around looking for Earth?
they arrived where Earth should be, like where the TARDIS was. Doctor and Donna looking at like, what the hell?
Where did it go?
So it's just like
our entire species' mission is totally screwed up now.
Yeah, I do like the idea of them. But I do think the I don't know, I feel like it could have been explained a bit better.
Okay, so Dan, we're going to move on because you asked about Russell T Davies and what do I think? I think it's a very interesting decision, definitely by the BBC, to bring him back. And I definitely think that he has a lot more control over it now. Like with Bad Wolf producing it, like, which is the company that he set up, right? Like, and not only that, but Doctor Who's moving production, like all the sets and stuff are being moved from the BBC to Bad Wolf, which is again it's in Cardiff, but still they're moving everything to under his roof. So I think I'm really excited to see what this means for the show. Like, whether it's gonna follow like the same thing every, like it all usually is, or whether they're like it'll come back with something with like the feel of Doctor Who, but with something that we would look at and say like, wow, this would never have been possible otherwise. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, well, it's obviously interesting because you had earlier in the year, Russell T was talking to somewhere, I can't remember where, about what he thinks Doctor Who should be, and he said how it should be like Marvel. It should have loads of stuff going on, loads of spin-offs and all that. Because I was thinking, when we were talking about the Division then, they could have done a spin-off series of the Division, explain it there, and then if they were mentioned again later on in another episode, have like the Doctor just quickly do a brief overview of what they are, like she does when she explains to her new companion, this is what the Daleks are, this is what the Cybermen are. Do that then, so that new people can have a brief understanding and can continue watching it. But those who love the show and want to watch it as much as they can, like we do, we would watch it, so we'll have the full story. It'll be really satisfying. That is something that could be done, and I think that is what Russell T is going to want to bring. And it's clear he wanted more control over what's going to be done, and I think it's very ballsy by BBC that they've just gone, Bad Wolf Studios, have it. So now they could just do what they want. Russell T's just going to have a great time.
And the crazy thing is, I think in order to maximize this, right? So imagine Chris Chibnall wanted to launch spin-offs of Doctor Who. Like, say the one we've had comments is for is one Dan and his dog, a Dan and Carvanista spin-off. I love the comments of people who suggested that. That's a great idea. That would be such a good comedy. But like the thing is, it's too late for him to start anything new. If he wanted to start something, first of all, he'd need to be there for a long time, and but he'd need to start early. And the thing is, Russell T Davies already did it, and he did it before Marvel Studios did it, with the MCU.
Yeah, Russell T did it first.
Because that's the thing, I'm shocked, right? Because he brought back Doctor Who, and then when Doctor Who Series 2 came, it was Torchwood Series 1, and then we had 4 seasons of Torchwood, and after Sarah Jane appeared again in Series 2, she went and had her own spin-off as well. And then they all came back together in that episode, Journey's End, and, he already did it,
Did you know that he only put it out a few days ago? Russell T said that originally the CBBC came to him and said, we want a spin-off from Doctor Who of a young Doctor on Gallifrey. Mm-hmm. But he just basically said, nah, not doing that. No one's going to be interested in that. Mm-hmm. Here's this other idea. And then look how successful it was. Obviously, it didn't get as high as views as Doctor Who, but for on CBBC, that did incredibly well. Yeah.
And that's the thing. I always liked the spin-offs because it meant that the wait for the next series of Doctor Who was less. You could, Sarah Jane Adventures would come on, right? And then you'd watch the series, and that meant that Doctor Who, the next series, was a lot closer. I liked how it filled up the year. And,
so you had series after series after series, then a film, then another series would start, then another film, then another series. You got a gap now between Eternals and Spider-Man. What comes out? Hawkeye. And then Spider-Man comes out. There'll be another series between Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. There's always something on if you're a fan, so you're never getting bored or waiting.
Yeah.
And
that's the thing. I think he made these comments before about wanting this Marvel-style Doctor Who universe. And then they announced that he was coming back. It's kind of the expectation, right, from fans.
Yeah, I'm expecting plenty of spin-offs after this now. Anything and everything,
and I really hope that it comes really soon after he takes over. They could do Marvel do. They could do Russell T Davies. Here we go. This is what's coming. We don't know when it's coming, but we're gonna do this spin-off. We're gonna have one series of Doctor Who, and then that character is gonna have its own spin-off, and then this character is gonna have its own spin-off, and then there'll be a spin-off about that, and a spin-off about that. For the next few years, they could do that, and that's the thing. It has to start early, because it's no good say he's showrunner for 3 years, to start off with. There's no point starting a spin-off in the 3rd year.
We've just got 2 comments. First one from Leo saying maybe when they talk about the story, they're talking about the Timeless Child and the Division, and they finish off the Flux in the specials.
That's a good shout. That's a good shout.
That would make sense. And then Lucia said, I just hope RTD doesn't focus stuff on romance, as that's what I disliked about Series 2 and a bit of Series 3. As I've never liked 10 be romantic. That's why I'm not that keen on 10's incarnation. This is the thing. Everyone's different. Everyone... Not everyone's going to be pleased. I did quite like not the romance, but more the connection between the Doctor and the companions with David Tennant and Christopher Eccleston. It was really just how RTD wrote them connecting. I don't know, I felt smoother than how Chibnall was writing these now. After episode 1, I can't remember the name of it, Jodie's first episode, by the end, you still don't really know why she wants to travel with the companions or why the companions want to travel with her. The companions have no reason to leave, really. Yaz is a policewoman, and she says she's fed up of doing ticket things or whatever. She was eventually going to get promoted and do higher stuff. I don't. It was. I just felt like it was much cleaner written by RTD. I don't know what you think.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, there was only ever a romantic, really, but with Rose, because she was the special one. And then Martha, when Martha came along, it was all about how it was not romantic. You know, she saw it that way, but he didn't, because he was still upset about Rose.
Yeah.
And Donna was just a friend.
I think this is why people love Donna so much, because you still had that connection between the two of them.
Yeah.
Between Doctor and Companion, but it wasn't romantic at all. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what RTD does. What I'm more thinking about is that when it was announced that Chibnall was leaving, there was the BBC guy, I can't remember his name, I think it's Piers something.
Yeah, I know his name's Piers, but
he put out a thing saying that they're going to be changing the way and revolutionising Doctor Who, and that it's going to be really different. So that makes me think how a series is done or how episodes are done is going to change dramatically. And I mean, who better to do it than the guy who changed it dramatically?
Yeah, exactly.
In the first place.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's what I'm most curious to see.
Yeah, and I just remember, like, this is the thing. This is why I'm thrilled to have Daniel with me on this live stream. Is because when they announced it, we both had the exact same reaction. We saw the tweet, right? We saw the Twitter post, and we both read Russell T Davies returning as showrunner for the 60th anniversary. And then we were like, oh my gosh, a 60th anniversary special by Russell T Davies. And then we were like, and series beyond. Yes! It was both of us, like, same reaction. When we saw series, we were like, yes, like, amazing.
I don't know what you were doing at the time, but I was looking for a new laptop at the time, so I was just on the computer by myself, looking at laptops, and then I had pinned tweets or put notifications on for tweets for Doctor Who, because at the time a trailer was going to be released soon, and it had been released 2 weeks earlier, but I left the notifications on so that I could get the notifications for any future announcements. So when I saw one, I was like, oh, see what this is. And then I saw RTD and 60th, as you said. It's like, oh yes, like, one, Chibnall's not right in it. Two, there is going to be a 60th and series beyond.
Yeah, it was really great.
What? I got goosebumps when I read it.
Yeah.
I was so happy.
Oh, so good. Okay, Dan, before we move on, I've got 3 more general questions for you on Doctor Who Day. All right? And you guys, the viewers, you can post in the chat as well. First question. Who's your favourite Doctor? Big question.
And I have to give one person, like, I can't say a bit of this, a bit of that.
Yeah, one person. I mean, you can say what you like about other Doctors if you do like a lot of them equally, but who's your one favourite Doctor?
So I will say now, it's between 9, 10 and 12. I think Christopher Eccleston did a really good job when he came in, and I gutted that he didn't get to do more series, but obviously he didn't want to carry on, which is fair enough. 10, obviously I love because he was he was there for our childhood, like, that's, reminisce about childhood when there would be we'd be collecting cards and toys and how good Doctor Who was, the website, and we played games and all that stuff. That was peak Doctor Who for me. But then obviously Matt Smith was good, but I was a bit, wasn't feeling as connected. But when Capaldi came in for the 12th Doctor, I don't know, is the way Moffat wrote him, he wrote exactly what I think of the Doctor should be. Like, when you have the Doctor falls and the Doctor does a speech of, I don't do what I do to try and win or try to beat someone. I do what I do because it's right, because it's decent, and because it's kind. Like, that for me is what the Doctor should be. And the way he was written, I don't know, I just felt so connected with it, because I feel like that if you see someone like that on TV, then that's how you want to be as well. You see how good a person they are and how awesome they are, then that's going to come into you as well. It's getting very philosophical now, isn't
it? Right in the heart.
I'd probably say 12. I'd probably say, as much as I love the 10th Doctor and what I think of him when I think of my childhood, I'd have to say the 12th. Like when he regenerated, I did cry.
Oh.
I did, and it wasn't even like a little bit.
It was
full on
gushing tears of sobbing and.
No, literally, it was Christmas Day. I was upstairs watching it by myself, and I was crying to myself, like, please don't go.
We got a comment. I'm going to say 12. From Alfie saying 13, 11, or 10. And Skybot says, my favourite Doctor is Doctor Strange. George says, David Tennant, hands down, loved. There were some dark moments with him. No second chances. Yeah, that's my pick. I agree with George. My pick, if I was to pick one, I think it has to be David Tennant, right? For me, like, I know it's the cliche, it's the cliche, but he's fondly remembered for a reason. Like, he's everyone's favorite for a reason, and the thing is, he still loves Doctor Who. Like, the thing is, he returned for the 50th. I have no doubt that he would return for the 60th in a heartbeat. So he'll come back, hopefully. I say hopefully, to our screens for the 60th anniversary. And like, in the meantime, he's done like all the audio dramas with Big Finish. It's like he left the role, but he's still the Doctor, and like over and over again. Like, I think he's my favorite Doctor, but I do love Christopher Eccleston as well, because like, the thing is, he's the Doctor who introduced me like to Doctor Who. Like, he was the one that like captured my imagination and made it possible for us to be having conversations about Doctor Who, like even 15 years later, like doing a live stream on YouTube. He was the one who started it all off. And the thing is, like, now because I've listened to the audio dramas, right, and having him do audio dramas is like, it's like a snap back to 2005, right? He's just as good in the audio dramas as he was in 2005, and it's a joy to listen to, especially because I thought we'd never see him back. I did the third box set actually came out today, and I was listening to that all morning, and I got the review out on the channel. So if you're interested in spoiler-free reviews of Christopher Eccleston's audio dramas, they're on this channel. Go check those out.
We've got some comments flying in as well. So Lucia said, nice. Mine is Peter Capaldi due to his best character development overall, and I prefer Clara dynamic with 12 and not 11. I can also relate to him with personal reasons. Deep Breath was my first episode. Nice. I feel like he did have, obviously, because when he starts, lots of people criticise how he is in Series 8, because he's quite sarcastic and more blunt than the other Doctors, not as funny as Matt Smith. I'm sorry, but in Matt Smith's last episode, he spent like hundreds of years, or however long it was, stuck on that one planet looking after people. If you did the same thing, you'd be a bit sarcastic and blunt for a bit afterwards, you know what I mean? Then
that's such a good way of looking at that. That's all in my head now, that he's just regenerated, and he's like, I've just had to put up with this same people for hundreds of years, so I'm gonna allow myself to have angry eyebrows.
Well, we just had like, especially if you watch it again after the last year and a half of lockdown, when we had that, with living with the same people all the time and seeing them all the time, you did get bored of them and then like snap back at them and that. So no wonder he was a bit snippy and snappy or whatever in Series 8, but he warmed up in 9 and 10. And then
we're going to go on to this question here. Who are your scariest creatures in Doctor Who? Scariest creatures. I think the thing is, for me,
that's a good one.
It's cliche, but I gotta say the Weeping Angels, right? And the thing is, not the Weeping Angels like the episode on Sunday, where we've seen them before, we know what to expect. Yeah, they're still scary. I'm talking 2007, me and Dan, like, as kids, sitting in front of the TV, no one's ever seen a Weeping Angel before, and all of a sudden, you're not looking at the angel. Neither are you. Like, that feeling, I jumped out of my skin when that happens. I was not expecting something like that. That 2007 Weeping Angel, when nobody knew what the heck they were.
Yeah, it is a cliche answer, but it's also fair enough. I feel like for me, again, it's another cliche one, but it's not so much. Again, I don't find them scary, but when I was younger, I used to think, oh, like these mean business with the Daleks. So obviously you have the first episode with Dalek, and he just kills all those people, and that's one Dalek. And then in the two-parter, when you see how many there are, you're just thinking, oh, they're dead. They're all dead. Like, how are they going to survive this? They're
No
dead.
chance.
And then obviously they want to kill the Doctor, who's at the top of the ship, but then they go to the bottom just to kill them all off, just because they can. There was no need to kill those people off, yet they did so anyways, just because they could. Like that is brutal.
Linda with a Y.
Yeah, like there was no need to kill off Linda. She did nothing to the Daleks. Yeah, they were just like, nah, exterminate me, you're dead.
Loads of good comments here for other monsters. The Flood from the Waters of Mars. Yeah, also very creepy, definitely, from Alfie. Lucia, Empty Child. Yes, that was another one in 2005 that like traumatized me. So
yeah. Are you my mummy?
Yeah. Definitely. Okay, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna do this question, right? What about companions? Favorite companion? Go quickly.
Rose every day.
Rose every day. Yeah, we'll say Rose. I agree with you, Dan. We'll say Rose, and we'll move on because I got other questions here. Right, what is your fondest memory of Doctor Who? Like, could be a particular moment in the episode, could be a special memory that you've had. Like, I'll go first. Mine is, like, I always remember before Doctor Who came back, I was like so young, probably like 4 or 5 years old, and coming down in the morning and watching the old Doctor Who with my dad on UK TV Gold. That's one of my fondest memories of Doctor Who. And if I was to say a moment in the show like that shakes me, David Tennant's regeneration. When he's so sad, and like the music as well in that scene. The true music track for his regeneration just hits me every time. I hear that. I hear the music, right, and I know from the music, oh, this is the part where he's gonna regenerate now. Oh. Go for it.
Yeah. It's not my fondest memory, but it's just one I always remember, and why I loved Doctor Who so much when I was younger. The way Russell T wrote it. So you know when you have the Sontaran episode, and then you have. So it's the Sontaran Stratagem, and then at the end you have all the cars going off with the smoke inside them, and it's like 7 billion cars or whatever. So that's happening around the world. I just remember, I think I was 8 at the time, looking out. I was on my nana, so I was looking outside, looking at all the cars, imagine if they just all went off with the Atmos thing now, we'd be screwed. And I don't relating it to real life, just maybe like, oh, that is hell of a cliffhanger, like that.
Yeah.
That means business. So it's not my fondest, but it's my fondest would probably, well, I don't know if it's fond, but when Capaldi, I've already told the story, but when Capaldi was regenerated, and I was just watching it by myself crying.
That's a good story. That's a good story. Okay, guys, I'm seeing a whole load of questions here, and I wish I had time to answer them all, but we got so much more cool stuff that we're going to do, right, with you guys as viewers. So just this quick one before we move on, have you seen any of the Evil Dan memes? Yes, I love Evil Dan, especially because he's such a nice guy in the character. It's just so jarring to see him so evil. Any of you seen the Sarah Jane Adventures? Yeah, we talked about that a little bit earlier on. Really great. Do we want another female Doctor? Yeah, I'll be up for it. I'd like to see Russell T Davies write for a female Doctor. That would be really good. I don't care what gender, skin, anything the Doctor has, as long as it's written well. That's all I care about. Yeah, the writing has got to be up there, guys. We're gonna move on to the next section, right? We're gonna do this a few times. So what I have here is the Wheel of Names. Now, The next episode...
That sounds like a Chibnall episode.
The Wheel of Names. No, if it was a Chibnall episode, it would be called Wheel of the Names. Because he loves an of the something of the something. He loves it.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So the next question is, Dan, what's your favourite episode?
Oh, probably Heaven Sent.
Heaven Sent, that's a good shout. There's a lot of good ones in there. Heaven Sent is a good one. I do like The Waters of Mars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But anyway, what I've got here in this wheel is the name of every single episode since 2005. So since it came back, all the modern Doctor Who episodes are on this wheel. And we're going to spin it. And whichever episode gets called, we're going to review it in 6 words or less. So feel free to you guys as well to post comments of your 6-word reviews of these episodes as well. George says, feel like I'm about to be hypnotized. Well, I should wear these then. And now I really am going to be hypnotized.
Brilliant.
But yeah, so shall we spin it? Shall we give it a spin?
Give it a spin, Johnny Boy.
Just to let you know as well, if the stream freezes out, like because of the wheel spinning, like bear with it, will settle down. Just when we were testing, it had some lag, so fingers crossed nothing bad happens. Let's go. Let's spin the wheel. Oh, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Army of Ghosts.
Oh.
The thing is,
wow.
It was a good setup for the finale, but like it was mainly a.
Wait,
okay.
Are you dissing Army of Ghosts, John?
I'm not dissing Army of Ghosts, but like I'm trying to remember all the things. I'd say if I was to review it in 6 words or less. Great cliffhanger, Torchwood pilot episode.
What would I say? Doctor likes to break glass.
Doctor likes to. Yeah. Because he was doing this.
Yeah.
But you've got to be careful, otherwise my laptop screen will crack.
He didn't need to break it, but he thought, you know what? I got a demonstration I need to do to show Yvonne what's really happening. Boom, break some glass.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to break some glass, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so Alfie says, action-packed Council Cyberman Jackie cigarettes. Great.
That's good.
Keep them coming. We're gonna spin it again. What do we have?
You got to give us some noise, like that.
Oh yeah, the Doctor dances.
So that's the second part in the Mummy and one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh. I don't. How does that one ends with like
the nanogenes? Yeah.
The nanogenes are sort of let them go because it decides to let them go, doesn't it?
Everybody lives, Rose. Everybody lives. 5 words.
But banana is Nanogene's favourite fruit.
Bananas are good. That's a good one.
Bananas are good.
George says, weird, expected a musical episode. Fantastic twist. Scary mummy. I assume felt a bit slow paced was for Army of Ghosts. Sorry, there's a little bit of a delay. Okay, let's spin it again. What are we gonna get this time? Lots of
two David 10 so far, yeah.
Yeah, lots of early series. Oh, we got a series 12.
Oh no.
Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror. Now, I'm glad it landed on this one because I actually really like this episode. Like, this was my favorite episode in series 12. I don't know why, but like I just remember really enjoying it as it aired because I felt like it had the best of everything, really. Like in a time where people were complaining there was too many companions, like the TARDIS wasn't even being used that much in the episodes. It brought back the TARDIS as an important thing that gives the character something to do. I actually really like this one. So for 6 words or less, I'm going to say A Wild Ride with Nikola Tesla.
I'd probably go Forgettable, features Ronnie from Sarah Jane.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I just thought it was a bit, I don't know, forgettable for me, but I'm glad you liked it and someone enjoyed it at least.
Yeah. Yeah, let us know what you think. I need to... Where is it? There's the wheel. There's the wheel. Spin it again. What do we have? The Runaway Bride. Another David Tennant episode. Hilarious wedding festivities.
Donna knows how to fake cry.
True. That is true. Lucia said it was a good history lesson, presumably for Nikola Tesla episode. George says expected Thomas Edison as monster. Alfie says comedic timing is perfect. I like it. I like it a lot. These are great. Let's spin it again. Oh. The Beast Below.
That's Matt Smith's second one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Doctor gets shouty for no reason.
Doctor and Amy get vomited.
Oh, yeah.
From the Beast.
Oh, no, we should have just given it a one-word thing. Geronimo.
Oh. But then again, there's a lot of moments where you can say Geronimo, right?
Yeah, although I like how Moffat just quickly like, nah, people aren't vibing that. I'm just going to forget about that for another 2 series.
Yeah. Okay, let's... Alfie says, my guilty fave of the season. Nice. All right, let's spin the wheel one more time then, shall we? Let's make it a good one.
All right.
Because then we got a Kahoot quiz to do with you guys. Zygon Inversion. I thought it was going to land on... what was the one before it? Damn it. It was Sleep No More. It was going to land on Sleep No More. And then it landed on Zygon Inversion.
Now, is Inversion the first or the second?
The second, because it's Zygon Invasion, Zygon Inversion.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent speech from 12th Doctor.
Yeah, I was going to say best Doctor Who speech ever.
Yeah, you can't... Yeah, if you get this one, you're going to have to mention the speech.
I also loved how... I know it's from the episode before, but I loved how they did the twist of Clara actually being a Zygon. Like I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I think the Zygon in like the thing is, I really miss the speeches. I'm glad that we got that one because I miss the speeches now. They haven't done a speech in ages. Like, when has Jodie Whittaker's Doctor ever like stood up and just spoke like for 2 minutes? Like,
I could tell you when. At the end of Orphan 55, which basically said your camera, climate change. Otherwise, you're going to have these weird creature things in the future. That was horrific.
Oh, gosh.
We got some comments. Lucia saying, good message for respecting animals. So I'm assuming that's to do with Beast Below.
Yeah. Lucia also says the incredible speech. Like, yeah, it's that's the thing. That's the moment. Yeah. I miss the speeches. That's one thing that will be good when Russell T Davies comes back. The speeches.
Yeah. Also, we need Murray Gold come back.
Oh, dude. If Murray Gold comes back because Russell T Davies comes back, the music.
Like, I have nothing against this guy that's currently doing it. You know, he's really good or whatever, but he doesn't quite hit the spot where Murray Gold used to. Murray Gold would have a theme for each. character. Martha would have her own theme. Rose, Donna, Amy, Clara, and you knew when they were about to be on screen, they had their theme being played. And as soon as you heard the theme, you thought of them. The same with the Doctors. Same with even monsters, Daleks, Cybermen, Master. Whenever they came back, or when the Time Lords were mentioned, and then it would be used again like 10 series later.
Yeah.
But you always knew the Time Lords would be mentioned because of the music, and it would link you back to that episode. It would make you think of that episode.
Yeah.
Because of the music, and everything linked and had continuity.
Mm-hmm.
I missed that. That you haven't got that at all from series 11 to 13.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just like
the ones that I like from 11 to 13, I agree with you. Murray Gold, if he comes back, I'll be so happy. Like he did amazing themes for everyone. And I think is Seigen Akinola is the guy who does it now. And I think he's definitely improved a lot. Like his music in Flux is really good. There's been some great moments. Series 12, his themes for the Cybermen, you know, the ones that went boom, 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 just make me want to headbang. Boom, boom, boom. I loved it so much. It was so good. And I loved his Master theme as well. I think those themes were excellent. I really liked them.
Got a comment from Lucia saying the Zygon inversion speech made me realise to deal with my bullies during year 11. So that speech means a lot to me. I was just gonna say, like, you know, it's really good to see that it helped with you, Lucia. And so the message in it is true. There's going to be wars of stuff happening and people having arguments over things, but you just need to sit down, talk about it straight away. Might be a bit awkward or whatever. People aren't going to be happy, but you're going to have to talk in the future anyway. So you might as well talk at the start and get it done with. That's the message I got from that. And it makes so much sense. Yeah, it's also not, I feel like it wasn't too political either, because it could have gone down that route, but it wasn't at all, in my opinion. But yeah, glad to hear that it helped you during
yeah, that's really good to hear. Like we were talking about fond memories from Doctor Who. Like this is it, you know. This is the fond memories that we have from the show. So yeah, that it's good to hear that. Thanks for the comment.
This is what I took from Peter Capaldi's Doctor, and how he was trying to be a good person for the sake of being a good. Yeah. Because should be a good person. Then I would try to do that in my life. Like I don't know. That's why I think it was written really well.
Definitely. Dan, are you ready for the quiz?
Oh, I've been waiting for this.
Are you guys, viewers, are you ready for the quiz? So Daniel hasn't seen the quiz, so you viewers are going to have to go up against him and Shaq, who's also watching. So it's Skybot versus the viewers. Like, I'm not going to take part because I made the quiz, but like, it's you viewers against the rest of Skybot. And here we are. Transition to the quiz. You need to go to Kahoot on your phone or computer, whatever suits you. Let me put some of the background music on. You know, can't go wrong with a bit of Kahoot music.
Oh, love a bit of Kahoot music.
Yeah. So, Shaq says, I'm ready for the quiz. Haha, the viewers will win against me. Yeah, that's true, because Shaq doesn't like Doctor Who. I hope you like the quiz anyway. I hope I got a good mix of questions. Some that even Shaq could get. So here's the, there we go, Shaq's joined, I can see here. So basically you need to go to kahoot.it on your phone or PC, type in the code, put a nickname in, and then we can start. Dan, the code is 996 6548.
Awesome. I mean,
Alfie's in. Good to see you in there, Alfie. Daniel.
Oh, it wouldn't let me put the S.
It was just too small. Daniel Victorio.
Okay, right. Can you give me the code again? I'm going to enter again.
It's 996 6548. Good to see you, Lucia, in the quiz. Awesome. Oh, you're going to miss out the space, aren't you?
Oh, I still wouldn't let you do it.
Daniel Victorio. Don't worry.
Oh no, I put Doctor, not Daniel. Right, hang on, let me enter again. 996 6548.
Daniel has the same number of letters as Doctor, though.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry, we know what you mean.
Yeah.
Daniel Victorio. So guys, join the quiz. Like, I'll wait for a few more minutes in case any of you want to join. Otherwise, we'll get into it. So, Dan, how are you feeling?
I really want to win. Like, the amount of times I've rewatched RTT's episodes, it's not healthy. Right, Matt Smith and Capaldi will be a bit behind Whittaker. I'd have absolutely no clue because I've only watched them once.
Yeah. Oh, just good heads up from Shaq on the chat. Right, the quiz will be lagged, like, for you guys. So keep your eye on your PC or phone, whatever device you're using, because the question will appear there first. And in Kahoot, time is important. If you're quicker with an answer, you get more points. So make sure that you keep your eye on your device and not on the live stream for the duration of the quiz to give yourself the best chance of winning. Sam's in the quiz. Welcome to the quiz, Sam. Hope you're feeling ready. Mrs. VR, yes. That was formerly Zoe's mum, but that's Mrs. VR is joining the quiz. I
see Shaq put in the chat, Dan, I'm going to win. We'll see.
Oh, the talk, the trash talk has already begun. Go on then. I think I'll start the quiz. There's 6. Mm-hmm. The Sinister 6 is in it to win it. So here we go.
Come on.
Starting the quiz. 3, 2, 1. Question 1. What is the most famous saying of the Daleks? What do you guys think? Dan, clearly it's exterior decorate. No, damn. You guys got it right. Easy one to start off with. Who was quickest? Oh, look here, by 1 point. Daniel, you were 1 point slower for the saying of the Daleks.
Disgraceful.
Question 2. Which episode did David Tennant regenerate into Matt Smith? And yes, I had to put in the sad photo.
Things I'm not even getting time to look at the photos because I'm so thinking of putting the answer in. Because this is the thing with Kahoot, it's not just about getting it right, it's about the timing.
Yeah.
So I'll probably be wrong.
5 answers. Everybody had it right. So far, so good. But who is quickest? Oh! This is looking. Look here, he's taking the lead. You can't let him do that. All right, Shaq, doing well. So far, so good. Question 3. What does UNIT stand for?
Slow there. It was too slow.
Very slow, Dan. Very slow. Everyone's taking a while to read. Ooh, yes, a good spread, but you got it right. Did you get it right, Dan?
Yeah.
Good spread of answers there. And Shaq's on a 3. You've got a streak. It's appearing on the screen. Shaq. I'm surprised. Question 4. What time did Doctor Who first air on TV? This is. I had to put this one in for Doctor Who Day.
That was a guess.
Yeah. Lucia says, I lost my connection. You can still join in the game.
Oh, I got it wrong.
Oh, Daniel. You were the... Everybody got it wrong, actually. Nobody got it right.
What was the time?
It was actually 16 minutes past 5 in the afternoon. And it's because it was delayed because they had, they had to cover the JFK assassination, was it?
All right, okay, fair enough.
If that's my Whovian knowledge straining, I don't know. Maybe I'm a time traveler and I got those dates mixed up. Okay, nobody. Scores on the board are the same. Quiz, question 5. Which of these famous authors has the Doctor not met? You got answers coming in. Everybody knew that one. Everybody knew that one. Nice. Who was quickest, though? Daniel. Shaq still up there. Lucia still up there. Question 6. What should you do? Who said don't think? Interesting. But the answer was don't blink. Obviously, you have like don't breathe for the robot in Deep Breath. Don't move. Don't think is for that alien creature, right, in the Peter Capaldi episode. But what's the scores? Sam's overtaken Mrs. VR. Daniel's still in the lead. Next question.
Come on.
Who is this character?
Yes. I could do an impression if you want.
Oh, go for it. I want to see that.
Toby. When the Satan guy speaks to him. Don't look around, Toby. Don't look around.
I'm so close, Toby. Can touch
I can almost touch you.
Good one. Lots of people got that one. Lucia overtakes Shaq. And so does Sam. Shaq, you're losing it, man. Which episode came after Empress of Mars?
Oh, I did the wrong one.
Oh, Daniel. You got the wrong one.
Eaters of Light.
Oh, Daniel, you've given them a chance to catch up to you. Oh, and Lucia's taken the lead. And with a 4-answer streak. Oh, this is going to be good by the end. How many episodes has John Simm featured as the Master?
Oh, I got it wrong as well.
Oh, Daniel, got to keep it together, man.
I can tell you what it is. It's the timing. I'm trying to do it. Wait, I got it right.
Everybody voted for at least one of those, so it's an even spread. Oh.
Wait, how was I right?
That's the thing. I mean, I hope the question is right because I checked beforehand, but very close. Lucia still has a good answer streak. Question 10. Where is Gallifrey located?
The Milky Way. Constellation of whatever the Doctor says.
Another good spread. Most people got it. It was the constellation of Castorberus. What's the scores on the doors? Oh, Mrs. VR. She appears back on the scoreboard. Oh, this is going to be a close finish, guys, with like a few questions left. What did the Doctor see in room 11?
Did we find out?
We do. That's not looking good if you have to ask that question, Dan.
I mean, okay, let me see if I got it right. When did you find out it was the crack?
It was in the time of the Doctor when he regenerates. He goes back because the crack opens in the wall and he remembers seeing the crack as in the room. So, did you get it wrong, Dan? Let's find out.
Oh, no, I got it right.
You got it right. Whovians join... I don't remember who Whovian is, but welcome Whovian. Question 12. Where is this? Interesting. Some hesitation from those in the quiz. Akatan Pyrovilia. Akatan gets the most votes. Daniel, you knew that one. Oh, it's so close between Daniel and Lucia. Oh my gosh. Lucia has 8 correct answers in a row. This is great. Like, I don't know how many answers you have in a row, Daniel, but either way, it's not appearing on the screen.
Not
Question 13. Where would you find the probic vent?
Back of the net. Oh, that's brilliant.
That was maybe a bit too easy for later on in the quiz. But don't worry. Don't worry. Everyone gets it. Who was quickest though? Oh man, that is close. Last but one question. What species is this creature?
Ooh, that's hard. Got it right though.
Got it right though. You say it's hard, and then everybody got it right. There was some hesitation though. There were some slow answers. So, last question then, guys. What is Captain Jack holding in this photograph? One answer, one confident answer. If it's right, they'll get the most points. If it was Lucia. Oh, one person got it right.
Oh, yes.
Was it you, Dan? Well, in which case, we have Shaq in third place on the podium. 19 right out of 15. Sorry, it's a bit laggy. You have Lucia in second with 12 out of 15, which is a great showing. And then Daniel, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Huvian in fourth place and Sam in fifth place as well. I'm glad that popped up. How do you feel? Lucia, I really wanted you to win that. I think it would be really... that would have been good. Daniel, why do you have to go and spoil the... I mean, you won it for Skybot. But it was not without its hardships. It was close. Yeah. Right down to the wire. Good game, Lucia. Good game.
Yeah. They definitely know their knowledge.
Yeah, that's some good Doctor Who knowledge right there.
I love when I read on Twitter before that Mark Gatiss, Stephen Moffat, and Peter Capaldi entered a Doctor Who quiz together as a trio and they came third.
You know, that doesn't surprise me. There's some hardcore fans. So let me just see some of these comments. John Simm appeared in 3 episodes in Series 3, both parts of the End of Time, and 2 episodes of Series 10, which equals 7. What? Crap, yeah. It would have been 7. Did I get it wrong? I put the right answer as 6, right?
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. That's bad. Oh, well. Well, that's why I would come third in a Doctor Who quiz if it was me. Because clearly everybody else knows more than me. I'm sorry for that one question that was wrong. But yes, Skybot says, Shaq says, what? How was I third? I was robbed. Oh, that's great stuff. He says he guessed most of those. Lucia says, I clicked the wrong answer on the unit as I lost connection and I couldn't remember the name of the thing Jack was holding. I mean, the last question was a ridiculous question that I just had to put in there for a laugh. The fact that Daniel got it is hugely disappointing because I was really expecting... Who the heck remembers the name of a tribal physical waveform macrokinetic extrapolator? Like, who knows that? Crazy.
Nerds.
Yeah. Oh, guys, well, it's been an absolutely brilliant live stream. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute blast. We've had a great time discussing all things Doctor Who, having a quiz, and spinning the wheel, which hypnotized George because he didn't come back afterwards. So, yeah, it's been great. I hope you have a fantastic rest of Doctor Who Day. I'm probably going to go watch Doctor Who right now. I'm thinking watching Deep Breath. I think,
interesting. Going for a Capaldi one.
Yeah, going right back to the start. So yeah, be sure. Sam said you need to make the questions easier for him. Yes, little few things. Shaq says, tomorrow Shaq will be doing his review of episode 1 and 2 of Marvel Studios' Hawkeye. That will be probably a weekly series as well. I'm looking forward to that show too. So definitely go check that out. Shaq will be
that's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Yes. That's come quick, man. But like I do with the Doctor Who videos after the episodes, and I do the review, Shaq will be doing that for the Marvel Studios. He's done that for the other Marvel shows as well, so it's a good watch. So stay tuned, click like and subscribe, and let us know if you want us to do live streams like this again. This was a test, I think it went well. So yeah, let us know if you want us to do this again. Let us know any ideas you have, you want us to do. Leave comments as well, we'll respond to them. And Dan, thank you so much for joining me today. Dan, it's not your first time as a Skybot.
No, second
time.
now.
You can see Daniel in the video of our Doctor Who escape room from home. So we all joined on Skype, me, Daniel, and Shaq, who doesn't even like Doctor Who, to complete the print and play game from Escape Hunt. So check that out. There's no spoilers, there's no answers. You can just see us trying to figure out how to do this escape room. So yeah, go check out that video as well for more of Dan. And yeah, once again, happy Doctor Who Day, and we'll see you in the next video.
Allons-y.
Allons-y. Bye.